Happy Saturday afternoon, and this is a Starlink Mini road test today. I've got it hooked up. I'm currently recording, using it right now while I'm driving up the mountain to Cloudcroft. I just want to see if it's going to hold out or if it's going to have any connectivity issues as I'm going up the mountain. I will keep you posted and I'll let you know how this all works out for me. So while I'm actively recording and giving this Starlink Mini a good road test, we can talk about life, in general, life over 50. I am 56, married, and most of my kids have moved out of the house. One's graduated this year, one graduated last year. My three older boys have already grown up and moved on. And we'll have one daughter left at home who's 15 starting college that we had adopted. So we still have one child at home, not quite empty nesters yet, but the big thing is doing things alone after age 50 when you are married. My spouse, he likes to do things that I don't necessarily like to do, and vice versa. So, you know, I will spend my weekends, I'll go out, either drive or go thrift store shopping, go on a hike, things like that. Things he doesn't normally like to go do, and that's okay. He's very supportive about me taking road trips and, alone, and I am perfectly fine with going and doing it alone. Um, that's just how life is. You got to give a little bit of give and take, and I'm not afraid to go and camp alone or anything like that. So, you're just comfortable within your own skin. When I was a lot younger, that wasn't the case. I would get pretty upset about having to go do things or be upset because they didn't like, what I wanted to do or get my feelings hurt or whatever. And now it's just like, whatever. Doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that you're just different. Everybody grows and, you know, it, they like different things at different times in their lives. And, he loves to go to motorcycle places and look around at bikes, and that's not my cup of tea. I go occasionally, but it's not my thing I seek out to do. And, now that I'm over 50, I really worry about my health, my fitness. Um, I did gain a bunch of weight with menopause. It really smacked my ass really hard. And I had gained 75 pounds on menopause in over a few years' time. And I went on a GLP-1. I started with the compound trizepatides 16 months ago. And after a few months on those, I tried with my primary care to see if I would meet criteria because I do have high blood pressure. My A1C was borderline. And of course, I was way over my BMI. I weighed 198 pounds at 4'11". Um, and my energy level was crap. And it sucked. I couldn't hardly do anything without getting short of breath or anything. And it was, I had to do something. I had to get things in order. My sister died at 46 of pancreatic cancer. Her husband died 2 years later of lung cancer that metastasized to his brain. So life is short. We're not promised tomorrow, and you want to make the best of it in the best ways possible. So I started getting serious. I was fortunate that I met all the criteria for Zepbound through my primary care. TRICARE approved it, and I only had to pay $24 a month compared to $300 a month that I was doing on trizepatide compounds at the time. So I was on those. I had just recently was disapproved because I'd been on it for a year, and I have lost over 75 pounds on the GLP-1. It was a good and slow, steady I exercise some, but to be honest, I didn't exercise nearly as much as I should have. I do have some muscle loss. Being 56, you do have to exercise to retain those muscles. It's kind of a use or lose situation. So, um, I was so thrilled, and I got down to 120 pounds. I made an appointment from Miami and went to a Red Rose surgical in Miami because I needed to have an umbilical hernia repair that was really bothering me. The weight loss and stuff, of course, made it more problematic. And the only way to fix that is surgery. So I figured, why I'm having surgery and they're going to be down there repairing muscles, let's just fix it all. And I did. Recovery for me was not bad at all. I was off work for 6 weeks, basically because an umbilical hernia repair, the muscle repair, it took me off work for 6 weeks, and I had that FMLA time to take, which I was thankful for. At the same time, they did the tummy tuck, which I needed to remove that extra skin, and made me a hole in the belly button, which I am just so thrilled about. I did get the breast lift. Why not? And the lipo, the back lipo and stuff to shape my back and everything. I said I didn't have a lot of fat in my back, as my doctor had told me, um, but I had more skin elasticity. It was just kind of there. Um, and now that I'm at 116 pounds, I'm basically about 6 pounds from my goal. As I said, my GLP-1 is no longer approved, but in talking with my primary care, I decided I need to go on a maintenance dose because I have been off my GLP for 2 weeks, and those food noise things are coming back. I was hoping they wouldn't because I was eating so little, and being full very quickly, that I had to make sure protein intake and stuff was where it needed to be to prevent muscle loss. And to be honest, not all the time did I get my actual, actual protein intake every day, but I did okay. I tried to do my best to keep watching it. My inverter fan just kicked on, if you probably can hear that. But now I'm going through him and hers company since my insurance will no longer cover it. And of course, getting the Zepbound, um, they don't really approve the 2.5s for a maintenance dose, although it works very well as a maintenance dose, from what I understand. So I went through him and hers, and for $149 a month, I'm going to be on the 2.5, but they're putting me on the Wegovy pill, is what my practitioner had suggested. So it's ordered, and hopefully when that comes in, I can get started back on that. And I'll keep you posted, let you know how that works for me, because the last thing I want to do after spending $10,000 on a tummy tuck and whatnot. So I don't want to gain that weight back. Being older, your metabolism's not as strong as it used to be. And I am exercising. I have my elliptical, my treadmill, my weights, a full Marcy system, that I am incorporating into my plan to try to help the muscle loss issue in my glutes and in my arms, to help build that muscle definition. And I'm so happy with my results. I haven't had a flat tummy like this since my first pregnancy, back in 1990. So, um, I'm thrilled with it. My surgeon at Red Rose, Dr. Kim Lee, did an excellent job for me, and I can't recommend her high enough. Uh, and I'm so thankful my son came to stay with me for the week after my surgery to help me, recoup. So, love you to death, Andy, for that. But, I'm thrilled with that. And, life, as I said, life after 50, you need to just grab it by the horns and decide what you want to do and go do the things you want to do, even if you're doing it alone. I have no girlfriends, friends, that I hang out with here, that people that I really know. I work from home, so of course, I've got coworkers, but they live all over the U.S. So I have to kind of do think